What should we do to get our money flowing?
For the money flow, you have to.
Do you think litigation cases are the reason of Vastu?
Yes, Sarvesh, 100%. First zone for litigation or any panga with government is the zone of.
In case there is a Vastu Dosh in habitat, what can be the reason?
The reason can be the.
So today we have with us Acharya Satya Prabhu, who is the owner of Ishanya Vastu, a scientific astro Vastu consultant with over 15 years of worldwide consultation experience. Her expertise are into Vastu without demolition. She provides complete detailed Vastu solutions, transforming spaces while maintaining harmony and balance. Her dedication and contribution towards this field has been recognized by International Excellence Award presented by South Shouth-West in 2022. Stay with us as we dive deeper into the world of Vastu, its a scientific approach, and how it can bring positive energy to your life. Let's get started. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Sarvesh.
So, in a layman's language, you tell me, what is Vastu?
First of all, let me thank you for this podcast.
Yes, welcome, ma'am.
So, I would like to explain Vastu in a very layman's language where even Gen Z can understand what Vastu is. Because nowadays, many people take a lot of interest, even the Gen Zs in all walks of life. Everyone wants Vastu nowadays.
Yes.
So, what is Vastu? In Vastu, there are essentially two types of forces which are equal and opposite in nature. Interaction between these two forces is called bioforce or prana. One is positive, the other one is negative. Over the surface of the globe, these forces continuously interact, releasing bioenergy. When a structure is built on the surface of the earth, these two forces interact and enter the structure. The intensity of these forces may not be equal. That will depend on the factors like water levels, water bodies, level of the land, and the entrance, or maybe the 5 elements. If positive forces overrides negative forces, that person will live blissful life. But if negative forces override positive forces, then the bioenergy field is very low, which will manifest lot of problems and health issues. To explain in a better way, Sarvesh, why do we go to temple?
Get blessings.
Get blessings. So most of the temple are built as per Vastu. The moment you enter the temple, there are 7 chakras in your body. Those 7 chakras get activated. The moment you connect your hands, you're aligned with the universal energies, and that's why you feel so good and you start manifesting, right? So one of the richest temple in the world, if you take the example of that, which is that?
What?
Tirupati temple.
Yes.
So Tirupati temple is the masterpiece of Vastu. It has been built as per the Vastu. Okay, so during the olden times, those Rishi Munis had that intuitive power. They had absolutely very good intuitive powers, and that's how they selected the land. And is perpendicular to the Earth's axis.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has the temple complex has roads on all 4 directions.
Okay.
There are hills on southwest, and southwest is always good to have heavy. Okay, the shape of the temple is square and little extended towards the northeast. So northeast is very important in Vastu, because all electromagnetic energy starts flowing from northeast. So little extension gives the influx of these energies. So temple main god idol is in west, in the place of Varuna, who is the granter of the wish. And when person stand in front of the idol, he actually manifests what he wants. So kitchen is in southeast, in the zone of cash liquidity, cash flow, and you see how cash flows in that temple. Once you do the darshan and you come out, the Hunde is in north of northeast, in the Bhujak place.
Yes.
The devotee is mesmerized to put money. He don't know how much he puts, but he just puts the money in that.
Definitely, yes.
And that's why people come with, boris of money to put in the temple.
Yes.
The reason is, it is totally Vastu compliant. And if the temple can bring so much of money, why a house, office, factory cannot attract that kind of money. This is a simple way. That's what I wanted to explain. If temples can attract money, even your house can attract money if you make it as per Vastu.
Yes. So basically, you are telling that the home should be accordance to Vastu Shastra.
Yes.
Yes. So what do you think? Vastu is a religion based?
Of course not. 100% not. Vastu is a science, and Vastu is just to obey the law of nature. That's it. So we all of us take energy from sun, irrespective of what religion you have, right? So 5 elements exist everywhere. It's in your body, it's in your house, everywhere, whatever religion you are. So it's going to definitely affect. Problems are in everyone's life. It is not religion based, right? So it does affect. And I have so many clients who have done in all religions and they're very happy. They have got very good results. So I would never say that it is religion based.
Okay, got it. How can Vastu help a person and in what all areas?
Vastu can help a person in all aspects of life. I always tell my clients, everything is in your house and you have to ask, you have to activate those energies. For example, there is no clarity of mind. What you want to do in life, you get clarity of mind, you get fun, happiness because of Vastu. Then cash liquidity can be improved. Then fame, recognition, stability in your life. You can increase the industrial production. You can get very good support. You can maximize your profits. You can get lot of opportunities. You say your problem and there is a solution in Vastu.
Okay.
Yes. And that too without demolition.
Okay. So you just tell the audience, how does this Vastu works?
So Vastu, what we do is it is a scientific approach.
Okay.
So it has systematic procedure, high precision level. We have problem solving approach. First, the layout of the house. That's what we need. We work with the layout of the house. Then second thing is degrees, precision, exact degrees what we take. Either because if you take degrees inside the house or inside any space, because of the geopathic stress, you may not get the right degree. So it has to be open to sky or from the Google Earth. This is what we follow, and that's why we get right 0 degree magnetic north. And that's how, if even 10 degrees difference is there, one zone gets shifted. And that is why the precision has to be perfect. And next is we diagnose the problem, like how doctor diagnoses the disease. That's how we go to the root cause, understand the problem, and we plan the solution for the client using 4-step method. Okay, the first is entrance.
Yes.
Entrance is very, very important. From the entrance, you breathe in the house. That is a main energy which comes inside the house. Then there are 16 zones which we check.
Okay.
Each zone has its own attribute. Then there are 3 avoid zones that are very, very bad. Okay. So then comes the elements, 5 elements in the house, that are colors in the house plays major role. Objects and activities. Activities is toilets, washing machine, your dustbin. Everything plays major role. Then there is a bar chart. We check the zonal strength of each 16 zones. That is the patri of your house. It shows what problems one is facing. Like if northeast is too high on the bar chart, that person will think great of himself. He will never listen to anyone. If south of southwest, the zone of disposal, if it's high, in that house 100% lot of expenses will happen for no reason. And this is how we balance the bar chart.
Okay.
The 16 zone with the elements, using the elements. Like each zone has one element. North is aluminum, east is stainless steel, south is copper, southwest is brass, northwest is iron. With the help of cycle of creation, we use the process of cycle of creation. You must have heard, you must have studied in your school, cycle of creation. Water creates air, air creates fire, fire creates earth, and earth creates space.
Okay.
So on this basis, we balance the whole space, and that's why they get very good results.
Okay. So while you are answering, you mentioned about the 16 zones and also the red zones. So I would like to know what are the 16 zones and the red zones.
So service 16 zone has its own attribute,
Okay.
and it helps you to diagnose the problem really very, very well. So north zone is related to opportunities. Your customers, your clients are directly related to this zone. Then comes the northeast zone. This is the health and immunity zone. Anyone is falling sick often, you need to check this zone. Northeast is a zone of clarity of mind. No, whatever vision, insights, feeling good comes from this zone. Then comes the east of northeast zone, recreation and fun. This zone gives you happiness in your life. Okay. So then comes the east zone. East zone is a social association. So all your meetings, successful or unsuccessful meetings, comes from this zone.
Okay.
Then is the east of southeast zone. This is the first avoid zone. This is a zone of anxiety and churning. So if you sleep in this zone, you'll always be grumpy. Or if you keep your papers also, that papers are going to give you trouble. You know, for children, this zone is good. They can sit and study. This manthan, this zone of churning. Then comes the southeast zone. This zone is zone of cash liquidity. Money is directly related to this zone. Any kind of fear or financial insecurity comes from this zone if it is imbalance. Then is the south of southeast zone, the zone of power and confidence. This comes in the health also. Even block payment can be seen from this zone. Then is the south zone. South zone is fame and recognition. Your branding, your core competency comes from this zone. You know, if your brand is not getting fame, then there is some issue in this. This zone is for relaxation also, to get fame. Okay, if the zone has toilet, that person will never feel relaxed. Then the second avoid zone, south of southwest zone, is a zone of disposal. This is a very dangerous zone. So if you sleep in this zone, your body composition will, get affected. You will say, whatever I do in my life, it's of no use. Things will go. If you keep property papers, that property will go waste. I can guarantee you, I have so many documented cases on this. Then comes southwest zone, the zone of relationship and skills. Any relationship, or if the person is feeling that he is not having the stability in his business, then this zone you have to check. Then is the west of southwest zone, the zone of education and savings. If you think you are making money but you are not able to save, then this zone you have to check. And if your children are not studying, and that means there has to be some imbalance in this zone. If there is a toilet, that child will not take interest in the study, or you will not able to save the money. Then comes the west zone, zone of profit and gain. Whatever earnings we do comes from this zone. Zone has power to manifest, fulfill your desires. Okay, so if there is imbalance, your profitability will go very low. Then third avoid zone is west of northwest, detox and depression. Again, here you should not sleep. You will always feel depressed if you sleep in this zone. Then comes the northwest zone, the zone of banking and support. This zone gives you support from financial institution, your employees, your friends, your relatives, your husband, you name it. This zone is for support. Then is the zone of northwest zone, attraction zone. So if there is a fight between husband and wife and there has to be some red color, that is the reason they are not attracted to each other. Or for business purpose, I keep the branding material in this zone so that the business is attracted. And then this is the last zone. Now I think 16 zones are over. And this is how Vastu works on this.
Directions.
These 16 zones.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And how the activities are there in this zone, 16 zones. toilets, how toilet is, function of a toilet is, disposal. If the toilet is in west zone, the activity what is happening, disposal of profit and gain, and that is why you are not making money.
Exactly, yes.
So I have seen, once I balance this, they get amazing results.
Okay.
Yeah.
So each zone plays
A very important role. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are 3 avoid zones you mentioned, right? In that avoid zones, what things which we need to place so that negative energy will flows out and then positive energy will come in.
So I usually tell builders, I always tell them to make toilets in this zone. Right place to keep toilet, which flushes away. The activity of toilet or WC is to flush away unwanted things. If you place this, even washing machine in west of northwest, activity of washing machine is what? Spinning. If you keep in southeast zone, your money will just spin. It will not come to you. I have so many documented cases, and after balancing that, I don't tell them to shift. My forte is I balance with the 5 elements using the colors. It works wonders.
I hope a lot of people get the clarity from this, what exactly the zones and what their strength and what their exact power is.
Yes.
So does a rented house affects you as per the Vastu?
Of course, 100%. Because the person who is going on rent there, the 5 elements does exist.
Okay.
It is flowing the way it has to flow. So it is going to definitely, because his subconscious mind is very active. When a person stays in a house, his subconscious mind is very active. And that's why he picks up all those energies, even if it is not his own house. For example, if the kitchen is in north, we'll always have problems related to opportunities. If he's into business, he will not be able to convert the client.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's sleeping in the south of southwest zone or in any of the avoid zone, west of northwest or east of southeast zone, so he is going to face a lot of challenges in his day-to-day life. So rented house does affect, and I always tell all my clients, even if it is rented, and if you are staying there for more than 2 years or 1 year also, you should do Vastu, because you never know if there is a toilet in northeast zone. You will pick up a very dirty disease from there, that is cancer. If there is a toilet in northeast zone, 100% cancer. I always tell my clients, spend some money, get the Vastu done, balance it, and stay happy.
So how will you explain Vastu to a Gen Z people like me?
This is a very interesting question, and it is not very difficult. So in India, most of the population is of your age, right? And our country is all dependent on people like you, right? On Gen Z people. So in Vastu, I have to just explain, this is a science. So I have to just explain them the science, how it works. I have to show them results. For example, so I come across 10 standard students, and nowadays Gen Z people want all shortcuts. They want to grow very fast, and they know if someone tells them the shortcut, they are definitely going to follow it, and they can see the results. So one of my clients' daughter studies in 10th standard. In her prelims, she got very less marks. So I programmed for her properly, the zones which are responsible for maths. Like I told, east of southeast, I told her to study, and kept her books in west of southwest, and few astrology remedies I gave. She got 96%.
Oh, that's great.
And this is how, when you show them the result, it is very easy to convince them. Same way who are into startups, nowadays they want to grow fast, and they know they want to get rich very fast. And they know there is a science behind this.
Yes.
So they will start from their logo, account number, colors, to the Vastu of their office. Everything they will follow.
In fact, the brand name also, right?
Everything they follow. So for me, explaining them and convincing the Gen Z people is not a problem, because it is told that to explain the Gen Z people, it is not about puja part. They run away from all these things. So I never explain them, and I don't do such things.
Yes.
So they get convinced. That's it.
Okay. So it's easy for you, right?
Yes, 100%.
If a house or office already exists and they wanted to know if this house or office is a Vastu compliant, how will they get to know?
So Sarvesh, there are parameters on this. So the layout plays a major role in this. So for example, the placement of the kitchen, the colors in the house, toilets in the house plays a major role. So if the kitchen is in a right place, like it is Agni, if it is in southeast or in the zone of south, so it is perfect. Toilet should not be in northeast, or even kitchen should not be in northeast. That is a major Vastu defect.
Okay.
Okay. Rest, toilets can be treated, but the major Vastu Dosh is of northeast. Northeast, you have to keep clear. There shouldn't be toilet, there should not be red color, there should not be kitchen. Because that zone is of clarity. That zone has the head of the Vastu Purush. The soul of your house, head is there. It is so sensitive. As I explained you in my earlier question, electromagnetic energy starts flowing from that. The main energy starts flowing from there. So if you place a toilet there, so it's going to create a lot of issues in your life.
No, but if the toilet is already existed in that zone, what's the solution?
There is no solution for northeast toilet.
Oh.
If someone is saying they are giving solution, that is absolutely, no one should listen.
Okay.
I don't accept any cases if they say, if they cannot remove, I cannot give them result, because they are not going to get results.
Okay.
So main thing is, if they want to see if their house is Vastu perfect, major thing is northeast toilet and kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. Rest, everything can be treated. Everything can be balanced as per Vastu.
Like
Colors also plays major role. They have to see right colors. They have to put right colors in the right place.
okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly balancing is? Like how?
So balancing is with these 5 elements. 5 elements is, there are, if you want to balance it with colors, we can balance it with colors. So each zone has one color, like north is blue, east is green, south is red, and southwest is yellow, and northwest, the space element is white and gray.
Okay.
So on the basis of cycle of creation, we enhance and we exhaust on this basis.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can't understand if there is extension, if there is cut. They will not understand, but basic, if they want to see if the house is Vastu compliant, there should not be red color in north, blue color in south, no toilet in northeast, and kitchen in the northeast.
Okay.
If this much is also perfectly all right, so at least 40% Vastu is okay with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 40% it's compliant.
Yeah.
So for rest of the 60% need to consult.
Yes.
Yes.
They need to balance the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do builders follow Vastu?
Actually, builders, they do not follow Vastu fully. So when builders come to me, I ask them one question. So you want Vastu for the whole complex, or for the tower, or for apartments? Or you want to sell the flats? What you want exactly? So he will say, like, do the Vastu of the complex, place the underground tank at the right place, entrance, enhance the energy of the land. All these things, recreation, water, swimming pool, all these things he'll say. And he just wants to sell his flats. He's not about the Vastu. He's not bothered about Vastu for an apartment or for the building.
But a lot of Indians do believe that the entrance should be in this direction, so builders do consider that, right?
Builder try to give the entrance, but they end up giving toilet in northeast. For builders, it is not very easy to give apartments as per Vastu. If they try to give, I have seen in many buildings, entrance is good, but then they have given toilet in northeast.
Okay.
So for them, the net usable area they have to give more if they plan as per Vastu, and they don't want to give because they have to construct the shafts for drainage pipe, water pipes, AC ducts. They have to give windows in all four directions. There has to be a cross ventilation, and because of this there are a lot of cuts, edges, extension, and it is very difficult for them to give as per Vastu. So my request to all the builders is, I have seen out of 10 buildings, 6 buildings has toilet in notice, and that's really very bad. You have to think for the occupants. Okay, he's invest all his lifelong earnings in buying a house thinking that he'll have a happy life, but then once if this such thing is there in the house, it creates problem for them. These are my documented cases. On that basis I'm talking. I'm just not talking just like that. Okay. So if the builder is, those 3 avoid zones can be used for the toilet. If still that is not possible, avoid northeast toilet. Rest can be treated. This is what I have been telling to all the builders, and through this I want to give a message to all the builders so that people do not have problem with this northeast toilet.
So as you mentioned that relationship can also be improved as per the Vastu, and if someone is not getting married, so how Vastu can help him or her in his life?
So I have so many documented cases. After balancing the Vastu, even the divorce was stopped. So Southwest, this is the zone of relationship. If there is imbalance in the form of toilet green color or washing machine brown color, plants, that is going to hamper the relationship. Same way, if someone is not getting married, this zone is responsible. I will explain for the marriage and relationship separately. For the relationship with Southwest, Northeast zone is also responsible because Northeast is a zone of clarity of mind. So if there is some imbalance in the form of red color, or if there is storage also, his thinking is going to be different. He's going to behave in a different manner, and that is why they have this issue related to relationship. And other zone is north of northwest zone, which is of attraction. That keeps together, that keeps attracted towards each other, husband and wife or anyone. If there is a red color, they are definitely going to have fights and they will not be attracted towards each other. And for marriage, there are 4-5 zones which are responsible. Like in my case, I have given so many good results for so many clients. It has happened like within 2-3 days the marriage is fixed. First one, he was to get married second time, but he was searching, it was not happening. When I balanced his house, Southwest zone was very less, and then I painted that color, that wall yellow color. The girl who said no to him few months back came back and said yes, and within 4 days they got engaged. This is a miracle of Vastu. Second case, the moment I went and they said no, I want my daughter to get married. That's why I want to do Vastu. I said okay, fine. When I balanced, I saw the zone responsible for marriages is Southwest. That is a zone of Pitra also. The blessing of Pitra matters a lot for getting married. And it is of relationship also. Okay. Second zone is Southeast zone, Agni. For any auspicious things, we include Agni. So that zone has to be very well balanced. North zone, third, opportunities to get right, person in your life. East zone is also responsible majorly because you get right connects from there. Right boy or a girl will come through East zone. If it is not balanced, you will not be able to attract that right person in your life at the right time. And that is why usually it has to be balanced 16 zone, but majorly for marriage, these 4 zones I check. And for relationship, those 3 zones I check. And amazing results you get, you think Vastu can do these things. I also get surprised, immediately in 2-3 days sometimes you get results.
Do you think litigation cases are the reason of Vastu?
Yes, Sarvesh, 100%. as I always tell, the 16 zones are otherwise also very important, but out of that, first zone for litigation or any panga with government is the zone of southeast zone. If this is imbalanced, if there is blue color toilet, if the zone is cut, then definitely in some form or the other, you are going to get this litigation case, excise raids, all these things will come in your life. Next zone is northwest zone. So northwest zone is zone of support. So you will not get support, any kind of support. The third zone is west zone. West zone is of gains. So you will not get any kind of, gain on that. And the third zone is south of southwest zone. If your papers are in this zone, definitely either the property will go for losses or some litigation case or something is going to happen. So I would like to tell you one case study of mine. So one of my client, he had a property of 500 acres land in Dimapur, Assam, and that case was for 45 years. They lost hope on that land. So when I met him, I took up a challenge. I told, let me try. I can help you with this. I balanced his house, I balanced his office. 6 months, after 6 months, out of case settlement was done. I have the testimonial we can share on this podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah.
This is the power of Vastu. Like, he made such good profits on that. 500 acres means what?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So there are so many cases I have solved for the litigation cases. If someone says whatever I invest in the property, it is always in litigation, means 100% problem in Southeast. And you can wonderfully solve these cases, litigation cases, through Vastu.
So I've heard in friends and families that southwest entrance makes you bankrupt. So now you're finally here. How far is it true?
Usually, southwest entrance is for stability. You have to make it heavy. Southwest entrance is not good. That is true. But you have to leave the house and go is not true.
Acha.
It can be treated. I have so many cases which I have treated the southwest entrance and they have got wonderful results. They may not had to leave the house and go. So I really want to tell people who have southwest entrance, you don't have to leave houses and shift to somewhere else. Okay, that can be treated. I have one client whose house was southwest entrance. He started his journey from Wagoner. Today he has Mercedes. One client, his entry was south of southwest zone. That is very bad. But after treating, I'm not able to get in touch with him. He's become so busy. He's doing so well. Recently, I did a Vastu for one house in Ajmeras that has also southwest entry. He was in trouble. There is no doubt. But there is solution. I think in 1 month's time, he is so relaxed. He's so happy. All his blocked money is coming back. He's getting money. So, southwest entrance can be treated. There is no need of shifting in any house. That's what I would like to give this message to everyone.
In case there is a Vastu Dosh in habitat, what can be the reason?
As per his astrology, the person will choose the right color at the right place. Okay, that can be a default. But usually people say, in a tower, if we stay in the same line, but everyone has different issues, right? Someone is happy, someone is not happy. The reason can be the colors, placements of the objects, influence of 5 elements. That matters how you use where, and that's how it will depend.
People usually say that you should keep your head towards south direction while sleeping. What's your take on this?
Human body itself acts as a magnet with the head heavier and important part of our body as North Pole. If head is towards north, the North Pole of the earth will repel with each other, causing disturbed sleep, depression, blood circulation problem, nervous system, all these things get disturbed.
Does placement of ancestor photo matters?
Yes, 100% it matters. So ancestors are the source of blessings, and in our genes, in our DNA, RNA, the genes of our ancestors are there. If they're happy, you will feel good. If they're not happy, somewhere that problem will occur in your life, in some form or the other. So placing the photograph of an ancestor is a very important. The zone for ancestors is southwest zone. It is a Pitra zone where you have to place them. They are very happy. They bless you from that zone. And if you place in avoid zones, it's going to create a lot of issues. For example, if you place ancestors photo in east zone, you will always feel they will come in your dreams, or someone will say like they come in you and you act like them, and all these things happen. So it is always safe to place them in a right place so that they are happy, we are happy. If you don't want to keep, you can keep it in the drawer also in the same zone.
Okay.
It's not important that you have to put it on the wall. You can place in the drawer also. So many people, they say we don't want to hang the ancestors' photographs, so that is fine. You can keep in the drawer, but it can't be in any other zones. Like people just fold in the paper and just they put it in the under the bed. No, that's not right. It's going to trouble them. And that's why the placement of ancestors' photographs plays major role.
Okay.
Yes.
If student is giving exam and preparing for higher studies.
So Sarvesh, in Vastu, west of southwest zone is a zone for education. Okay. Subconscious mind is connected through this zone. Whatever you will keep, that will go on in your mind. So if you keep books here, so you will take interest in studies. So usually whoever is giving exam, so I tell them to keep the books here. So there is age for studying till 4 years of age. West Southwest zone, I tell them the kids to sit here so that they take interest in study. If they are not interested in writing, they get that interest even if you keep a pencil holder. Second age is 8 to 12 years. So we can make them sit in west of southwest as well as southwest, because southwest is again the skill zone, because that age is where they are developing skills. Okay. So between 8 and 12, kids can sit in west of southwest and southwest. Then 14 years of age, they can sit in west of southwest and northeast zone, so that they get clarity in their life, what they want to do in their life. While studying also, if you keep the books in northeast also, west of southwest, they'll get interest as well as they'll have clarity of that subject. This is how I program when I tell them if I want to give them place to study. And for the professional entrance exams, so it will be as per the profession. So if some doctor wants to give that entrance exam, so I'll tell him to sit in north of northeast zone. That zone is for, it is related to medical. Okay. So if someone is doing into finance, so southeast zone. HR, I will tell them to sit in southwest. Architects also southwest, because that is skill related.
Yes.
HR is relation based. So accordingly, I give them place as per. For UPSC, IPS exams, East zone, because it is all government related. So if they sit in East and study, keep their books in west of southwest, they'll get very good result and do very well in the exam.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically it's different from profession to profession.
Yes.
And also the age group also, right?
Age group also does differ a lot.
If child is not studying, how we can develop his interest in study?
Yes, a very good question, because this problem is faced by many of the parents, and every parents want their child to be really bright. They have so many aspirations. So mainly today's distraction for the children is their mobile phones, laptops, and that is the reason they are distracted towards the studies, right?
Yes.
So West Southwest zone is a zone of education. So first thing, you clear this zone. If there is a toilet, just treat it with yellow tape around it or white tape, whatever you have. Second, if there is a clutter, he will never get interest in studying. So whatever you will keep in that zone, as I told you, this zone is of subconscious mind. You keep clutter, you'll always have that cluttered mind. You keep a snake, you'll get dreams of snake. That zone is so important. So if you keep books, you'll only think about books. You'll get interest in studies. So that is why if you place the children book here, and even if you keep a pencil stand or pen stand here, he will have interest in writing also. This is how. Second zone is northeast zone. You need to check that zone also, because you have to have clarity when you study. If you keep books there also, he will get that clarity to study. He'll get that clarity of that subject and to study that subject. So majorly is west of southwest and northeast zone. If you check, you will get the solution for your child's study.
If I want to construct my own new house, how can I go about it?
So Sarvesh, I work with the architects.
Okay.
When you say you want to make a new house and it has to be a Vastu compliant, so I work with an architect. I tell him to give me a layout to the scale plan. So what he has in his mind, he plans. If I want, then according to the Vastu, then I give relocations. If the cupboard is going in this 3 avoid zones, I will tell him to shift the cupboard from one side to the other side. If his bed is going in that avoid zone, I'll tell him to shift. First comes the layout. Then comes, we grid the layout. We take right magnetic north and we grid it. And we give the right entrance, whatever entrance, whether it's right or wrong. So we do a space surgery. We put an elemental strip if the entry is not right, so that the bad energy stops coming inside.
Okay.
Then we check the 16 zones. And then we give the plan, change plan, basic changes plan to the architect.
Okay.
Then architect again plans the layout. Then there is elemental balancing. So we make bar chart of these 16 zones. Then we balance each zone as per the extension and cut.
Okay. According to the zones?
Yes, and we treat the toilets. Toilets, if they are in a good zone, you have to treat them. As I mentioned in the earlier question, that it flushes away all good things in your life if it is in a good zone. Then color schemes. We plan color schemes as per the zone. That is very important. Then the objects in the house. So if the gas stove, you can't shift the gas stove, right? So if the gas stove cannot be shifted, we call it Tattva Shuddhi. Okay, so we balance it with the element. If in that house, gas stove is in east zone, so I will tell that person to put a green slab under the gas stove. If you do not balance it with the colors, that is going to give you trouble. You will not get right connects if it is in east. Okay. So then comes the washing machine is also very important. So we balance with the colors. We give right placement for the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Wi-Fi plays major role because it amplifies, it signals, right? So Wi-Fi, whichever zone you will keep, it will give results accordingly. So you have to be very mindful when you give the placement for Wi-Fi. You have to give right placement for the cameras. You have to give right placement for the dustbins. Everything matters. So we give in details each and everything. So I tell the client to write down whatever they have, what they want to place. And then accordingly, I give the placement for the objects in their house. Then comes the programming part. Like if that person wants to get connected with, all government people, I'll tell him to put one brass sun in east. So Kuberji in north to get good opportunities. And if we have some litigation case, I do that programming. And this is how we complete the Vastu. And amazing results. Once you do Vastu in any of the place, because of the healing energies, if someone comes in the house, he will not get up. He will be there for a long time because he's healing. Because the whole house is as per Vastu. It's balanced because the elements are well balanced. From everywhere, equal energy is flowing to the center. And that's why if someone comes, this is, in every houses where I do Vastu.
Okay.
Healing energies flows and he gets healed if someone comes.
Nice. So as you told, the placement of things, I'll keep that in mind. But I wanted to ask one more thing, that is there any right placements for the medicines?
Yes, Sarvesh, everything a place to keep. So medicines are also a place to keep. Like northeast zone is a zone of health and immunity. If you keep, at least if not possible to keep all your medicine, one set of medicine what you're taking regularly, you can keep it in this zone, so that whatever medicines you will eat will be effective, and maybe you need not use them, like it will affect and you need not use it again. So for example, I have helped so many patients when they are in the hospital. Even if you put one pyramid there, keep all files of medical files, x-rays, you keep it there, it works wonders. I've helped one cancer patient to get good result. Of course you cannot ensure to be fine, but yes, many cases they have got very good result, and this is the place you have to keep your medicines in north of northwest. The next second zone is in west of southwest, that is W2. There also you can keep the medicines. Many people ask me, is there a place to keep keys? Of course they have to keep the keys in a right place. If you keep in these 3 avoid zones, you are going to have problems. Like car keys, we just come and you just put it somewhere as soon as you come. You don't even think, just put. But many times, many people, they don't understand why that accident happens, So I have one client, he has a car rental business. His name is Sunil Rungta. Tulip Nest Hospitality is his company name.
Oh.
So he went to a new place that was absolutely, according to him, was a Vastu compliant.
Okay.
But then he told me to just visit, madam. I don't know, every day he had 75 cars. Out of that, at least 60 were getting, dashed every day.
Oh.
So when I went and checked in his office, what I found is his car keys were in the avoid zone, that is south of southwest zone. And one thing again, he said, "Mujhe pata nahi, I don't know, I'm getting a lot of tax inquiries for no reason." Again, his files were there in disposal zone. So once we shifted those car keys into other zone, and the entrance I just blocked. His office entrance was not right. So I blocked. Immediately in 8 days time, he told that dashing of cars stopped. Okay. Again after 6 months, this thing again started. But then again he had kept in the wrong zone keys. Then finally I balanced the whole office, and amazing, he is doing very well in his business now.
Okay.
Yes. So it is very important to understand these zones, understanding Vastu. It is going to help you to grow in your life. It's not a myth, for sure.
It's science.
It's a science.
So placements of every object matters.
100%.
Means houses,
Yes.
offices,
So
factory.
you keep one trophy or a medal in north, and you see how many medals and trophies. You can see so many medals and trophies. I've kept my trophy in north, and these are just 1/4 of them. In my house office, there are so many of them. I have no place to keep them now. You just try. You should try all these small things.
Definitely. If the one bedroom or one room comes in South-West Disposable zone, what's the solution for it?
It's very difficult for to give solution. It is 1 bedroom or one room. So, but then I tell them to sleep down, because South-West zone is a very bad zone. I always tell, whatever you'll do, you'll not get the results.
Okay.
You'll have health issues. Yeah. If the children are sleeping, they will not get good results. They will not get good marks. If husband and wife are sleeping, they will have always quarrels. So your body composition is disturbed if you sleep in this zone. So there is no solution for this but to shift from that zone. You cannot shift the bed, but they can come and sleep down. That's what I suggest to many of my clients. They listen and it works wonderfully.
What should we do to get our money flowing?
Sir, this is a very good question. First for the money flow, you have to declutter your house. There are so many unwanted things we keep in a house for years and years, thinking that we are going to use. Just declutter them. That is the flow of energy will start flowing well. Second, for the flow of money, first zone is Southeast zone of cash liquidity. The zone which is directly related to cash or money, your fear or fear of financial security, all these things are related to this zone. If there is a blue color, there is going to be a lot of blocked money, delayed payment. So keep this zone clear. If there is a toilet, you can treat it. If there is a dustbin, remove it. If there is a storage, you can put a red light for that. Okay. And this is how second zone is West zone. West zone is from where you get profit. What you earn from this zone comes from this zone. So second zone is West zone. You have to check for the toilets, treat it. Whatever the profitability is gone down, it will start increasing. Then comes Northwest zone for the support from financial institution. This zone is going to help you to get loans if you want. And if you're saying you are not getting opportunities, or if you're getting opportunities but it is slipping away or it is not getting till you, then there has to be some imbalance in North zone. Check for red colors. If there is a toilet, put a green tape around it. Remove the dustbin. If there is a kitchen, put a green tape around it.
Okay.
And you see the magic, how things start working for you, how money doesn't flow. So I will tell you a case study of one of my client. He's into business of stainless steel. So when I did his house, I balanced his house. So that time he was doing this business with his father, but he wanted to do it separately. So we planned name for him, logo for him, everything. And he started first year with 4 crores of business.
Okay.
And today he is at more than 180 crores. We can put this testimonial. I have a testimonial of his. You can put it on this podcast.
Definitely, yes.
Hi, my name is Ankit Ravani. I run a company called Infinity Steel. We are into the steel business for the last 40 years, and we are the most trusted and preferred steel suppliers for all of our clients. However, during COVID, our business ran into a little slowdown, and that was building a lot of stress in the office also and at our residence also. When we approached Acharya Satya Prabhuji from Energy Plus, it was very generous of her to come over and do a quick Vastu of our house and our office. And miraculously, things started changing. Our turnover, which was dipping due to COVID slowdown, exponentially grew to about 150 crore. We may be even exceeding that at the end of this year. So I would want to thank Acharya Satya Prabhuji thank you for your magical wand, and thank you for your wealth and your wisdom of Vastu, which has helped us do a turnaround at our business also and at our residence also. Thank you very much once again. I would want to recommend Acharya Satya Prabhuji from Energy Plus to anyone and everyone who wants to see a miracle happening in their life. Thank you very much once again.
So in his house, what I found is West zone was there was a toilet in West zone. In East zone there was a toilet, and that too black tiles in East zone. Temple plays major role. That was in the wrong zone. So we treated all this zone. We added astrology to this, and it worked wonders. Today he's so happy. His wife is also happy. He is also happy. He's doing well. His wife is doing well. He had told me his mother has a major issues of health. That is also improved. So this is how Vastu works and gives you results. So I have so many clients, after balancing and checking all these zones, that turnover has increased like anything. So I suggest everyone should do Vastu. It is not a belief. It is science and it gives wonderful results.
So I've been noticing from quite long you're like holding something in your hand. What's that? Yeah, what's that?
It's a small Ganapati.
Oh.
It's a beautiful Ganapati. I carry this everywhere. Ganapati is a source of knowledge. So I always keep that so that I attract good knowledge in me so that I can share with people. I feel very safe when I keep Ganapati in my hand.
Oh.
And I try to give gifts to people also, if as far as possible, Ganapati, so that they can take it if they are going for interviews, if there is some important things, they can always keep this Ganapati in the hand, and it works wonders. For me, at least, it works wonders. So let's do one more podcast on money related issues that can help so many people to help them grow.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. I hope you have learned something new. Make sure to join us for the next podcast.